It is February 24th, 2011, and this is the SC Center. What's up, guys? JP McDonough here, joined as always by Patrick Chobo Piano O'Neill. What's going on, Patrick?
Not much. What's going on?
Not too much. Let's go ahead and just jump straight into the SC news for today. Total Biscuit's 4 weeks of fury continues, and this week is the altercation at the altar, also known as SOC or Sake versus Moro. This PVZ will highlight two of the best players from Europe right now in an intense best of 7 with $200 for the winners, $50 for the Pimpus play. And it's going to be featured on some of the newest maps as well. So go check out the VODs. We're not going to spoil this one for you. It should be an exciting time. And it's always going to be intense, as of course Total Biscuit is casting that. And I believe he was also interviewed the other day at ESFI World. Do you want to tell me a little bit about that, Patrick?
Yeah, I mean the video is in the description below. It's about a half-hour video. It's not ESFI World doing the interview, but you guys should check it out if you're fans of Total Biscuit. I'm sure it is a wild ride, as is everything he does. The Icy Cup map series invitational with Startail took place the other day. The Bomber versus Ace in August versus July. Icy Cup's been doing big things lately. It's pretty awesome to see. Ace versus Bomber should be a great match. July destroyed MVP the other night in Code S, so he should be able to really, July's matches versus MVP were interesting. He should be able to definitely put up a good fight versus August. He's definitely a favorite, but I would say I want to see July in the next round of Code S and see what he's really, really made of, and not in these weird games against MVP that leave MVP crying on the trophy. You know what I mean?
That was kind of rude.
Those are some strange games. But the maps, one of the great things about the Icy Cup competitions are the maps are not your standard ladder maps or your GSL maps. Icy Cup gets their own thing going on with maps like Neo Enigma, Test Bug, which you'll see in ESL, I believe, Braxis Orbital, Valhalla, and Pawn RE. So some pretty interesting maps. And again, as usual, we have the link below. You should check them all out.
Yeah, that's
what's going on in the GCPL.
Well, that's going to be going on about 30 minutes from now at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So check that out. It is going to be Torch and Railcoon casting that. So it should be a fun time. July Zerg, I really got to say, is back in full July Zerg form, playing super aggressive in almost every match that I've seen him this week. I had the pleasure of casting the round of 8 of this IMS Icy Cup Map Series Invitational, and he played as aggressive as he did in those matches against MVP. So it's good to see that. We'll have to see how he does tonight against August, but like Patrick said, I think he'll be able to take that. Also tonight at 10 p.m. Central is going to be the second match of the week for the GCPL, and we've got Fnatic MSI going up against Root Gaming, TT1 going up against Kiwi Kaki, Sin versus Druby, JF against QXU. That's a little bit of a last-minute change, I think. And Kwai Rice versus Cats, as I believe. Who did we say was playing against QXU yesterday? Because that's definitely a change. It was a Terran user, and I can't remember who it was. Oh, it was Phoenix. That's who was supposed to play. So a little bit of a sub in there from Fnatic MSI. And we hyped this up on yesterday's show, but this will determine who gets 4th place in the GCPL, so it's going to be a very, very important match. Tune into that. I'm pretty sure Jeff and In Control and Diggity should be casting that. If not, it'll probably be Andre and Diggity. But 10 p.m. tonight, it's going to be a great show. GSL round of 32 for Code S happened last night. What happened in that round of 32, Patrick?
So I did watch this, and I just have to say, and might have to say it every Code S day, Code S is just 1,000 times better than Code A. I really like watching Code S, and it's funny because there was in the Team Liquid GSL preview, and no, I'm not trying to give shit to them. Everyone has to do a preview. Everyone has to give their opinion. But they were talking about how Code A might very well be better than Code S this season. No, absolutely fucking not. I mean, it was maybe a legitimate opinion I had before the season, but not anymore. So what happened was in Group C and Group D, Jinro took out Pulp Prime in the opening game. Check Prime took out Rainbow, Jinro took out Rainbow, and then Pulp Prime took out Check Prime in one game, and then Check Prime totally outclassed Pulp Prime in the next game. These were some fun games. Jinro looks strong, even when he makes mistakes that would probably do in another player, like being stubborn and attacking too long on 2 bases without expanding. He's able to come back in the game and win it pretty convincingly. So Jinro and Check Prime moving on from Group C. Group D had Nada over the best Fou Hung and Prime over top, and then Nada over top. So Nada went on 2-0 there and guaranteed his advancement. I believe Hung then took out the best FOU.
Yep.
Top took out the best FOU, and then Nada took out Hung and Prime. This was another great set of matches. Hung and Prime, by the end, Hung and Prime and Nada were both 2-0 and were going to definitely advance. And so they played a game just to determine seeding. And usually those games are throwaway games. Like Nada played injured in a game like that and just did some Thor rush. It wasn't very entertaining. Hung and Prime said, fuck it, I'm doing a mothership rush. And he did it, and it was fun, and it almost worked. It wasn't like the greatest executed thing of all time. He took a lot of risks. He was very greedy, but Nada didn't punish him in the early game. Almost got it to work. Nada eventually was able to bust through it, but it was still really, really cool to see. I'm sure Hung and Prime won a bunch of fans today. What's going on in Code A today?
Well, tonight, Code A is going to start out with Rain versus Yeah, and these are all best of three, so Moonglade versus Jejune, or I think that's how we said that is supposed to be said. People probably going to be cheering for Moonglade. Cheering for Moonglade. That's how hungry I am right now. I haven't eaten today. Moonglade, the foreigner for today, so a lot of people will be cheering for him. Junwei against Alicia. Noblesse, I've never heard of him whatsoever. Is going to be playing against Maka. People probably going to be cheering for Maka for that. And then Supernova against Squirtle. I had the pleasure of casting Ace versus Squirtle the other day in the IMS Map Cup series, and Squirtle lost. So I'm really hoping that Squirtle can actually make it to Code S. We saw him play incredible in the GSL Team League about a month ago, or almost 2 weeks ago, actually. And if you haven't watched those, please go check out those VODs. They are actually incredible. So Code A should be a pretty fun night tonight. We've got some good players. Moonglade, probably going to be the match that everyone tunes into just to see how the Australian Zerg player can do. What is going on in the general news for today, Patrick?
Well, De Muslim, who, as I'm sure everyone knows, broke his arm or wrist or whatever in a bar brawl altercation thing, whatever.
We still don't know what happened.
He had to drop out of his... None of that happened. He had hoped to... He dropped out of assembly, but he had hoped to come back in time for the IEM World Championships. Turns out it won't happen because the rehab isn't going as well as he had hoped. So Sock will be replacing him. Sock is a very good player. Sock hasn't been able to go to the top tier of these tournaments as far as finishes go, but he can take out the best of them. He took out Huck at Assembly. He can play with the best of them, so I'm looking forward to see how Sock does. Also, SC2 will be on Eurosport. For those of you who don't know, Eurosport is a European sports channel, as you might imagine, and what they did was follow some of the best players at Intel Extreme Masters. They followed people for Counter-Strike at Shanghai, Quake Live in Cologne, and now they're doing Starcraft 2. They're following De Muslim and White Raw, and apparently several other players is the IEM press release in Kiev. So that's going to be airing tonight, I guess. If you're in Europe, tune in, and we've got the dates. We've got the dates in the post below. You should check that out. DDE was interviewed by the Map of the Month, I believe. I didn't get to read the interview. He's been doing really well lately, though. So if you're interested in seeing what's going on in the mind of an up-and-coming player who's been doing well in international tournaments, you should check that out. We have the link below. And In Control, master of controversy and PR. Actually, I mean, I wouldn't even mention this except for that he actually reached the front page of Reddit.com, the latest controversy about him, which frankly is impressive. I mean, the dude is he inspires a cult of personality for positive and negative. Anything that happens with him blows up. And it's so funny to see, though, people from just Reddit.com who never use our StarCraft coming in here and being like, "What the fuck is going on? Why is this on my Reddit? I don't get it. I don't care." I pity them for many reasons. But if you're interested in seeing the latest controversy with In Control, and if you're into gossip in StarCraft 2, I guess it's worth checking it out.
Who is
that's right down below. Right,
StarCraft 2?
Right. I'm all about it.
Jeff,
I love it.
Jeff, you are going insane. That's all I got to say. You need to, we might actually plan an intervention for the next.
Jeff is the
game.
Charlie Sheen of StarCraft 2. Jeff's, he can't stop. He can't stop. I don't know if you saw Charlie Sheen recently ruined his career with another radio appearance, but that's neither here nor there. I'll do that on my True Hollywood Stories later. Anyway.
I'm pretty excited
I think that's all, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for the SC2 on Eurosport. since they did follow around a Muslim, maybe they have footage of this crazy accident that happened that no one knows really what happened.
What?
Tune in. No, I don't know if that's true. I'm just trolling.
I wish.
I'm
man,
trolling.
Speaking of gossip.
Yeah, maybe they actually caught the fight on tape, and that's what's going to be airing tonight. People love drama.
God, you got
know.
me so excited for a second. I gotta
now you got to tune in and figure it out. That is going to do it for today's SC Center. We'll have the weekend edition tomorrow. Of course, you can follow myself at Twitter at twitter.com/hitmejp. You can follow Patrick at twitter.com/chobopeon. Support the SC Center. If you have any tips, you can send them to tips@itmejp.com. Please do so, as we've been using them actually quite a lot here in this week's. And I do want to apologize for the kind of random times that we've been doing this past week. It's been a little bit of a busy days since Monday, but we're back on track. We're doing this around 5 o'clock every day. As I say that at 6 right now, but we'll be back tomorrow at 5. I won't wake up so late in the day. Catching up on sleep. Patrick, you got anything else?
Thanks for watching, guys.
See you guys tomorrow for the weekend edition of the SC Center.